Hello and welcome to Outcast Animated Edition. We're talking cartoons, anime, whatever interests us in the moment. We got plenty to talk about, so I hope you're excited because we're about to tear some shit up. I'm your host, Gage Tama. Joining me are Stefan Universe.
Okay. That's good. Alright, I like that.
Carlisle Weezer. Dante Fenton.
I just got that.
He hasn't found his parents' very strange machine yet. And to sandwich it with more anime, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I just got the Weezer joke. I hate you. That's a double play. I hate you.
This poor nigga Joseph, he's only gonna get JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
What? But that's cool though.
That's true. So I guess for further clarification, this episode, because last week, I think it was maybe a week or two ago actually, we were recording an anime podcast and my audio fucked up. Crying pursued. And we did not record for a while because work-life balance is hard as shit to maintain, right? But this time we're doing it again. We're talking anime, and I guess we're gonna talk cartoons. I mean, at my request. So, Gage. I'm sorry, I'm low energy as hell. Yeah. You got any questions for us about anime, cartoons? We can start either way.
Well, just because the questions that we created fit a bit better with both cartoons and anime than our initial discussion topics, I think we'll just go straight to questions.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go around in the order that I introduced everyone, but then I will go last. Alright, Stefan, what are your what's one of your favorite cartoons and one of your favorite anime?
Oh shit. Okay, starting with me. What the fuck is one of my favorite cartoons? Okay, let's start with one of my favorite animes. I think one of my favorite animes, as of right now, has to be Kaiji Ultimate Survivor. It is
gambling anime.
Yeah, it's a gambling anime where a man is in debt. He's only they keep saying his first debt was 3 million yen, and I think somebody and I was that's crazy, and that's gonna take so long to pay off, but then it's translated to just 200,000. This is that's still a lot, but I guess that's a death sentence back then. But he owes all this money because he decided to take on the debt of his homeboy, which I don't understand why you would do. They must have been really close because he took this nigga debt on.
Hey, bro, would you take?
I would never take a nigga debt on. That's horrible,
on, bro. It's only 1,000. It's only 100,000, bro.
What, bro? you're yeah, boy, I love you and all, but you gotta get the fuck up out of my face with that. You know what I mean?
It's like the meme of you just won $20 million and your homie's bail is 19 million. What you doing?
I'm leaving that nigga in jail. He should learn his lesson.
That bum can rot for all I care.
Yeah, he takes this motherfucker's debt on. I guess his homie didn't tell him how much in debt he was, because at first he thought it was 100,000 yen. So I guess that's cheaper, because he was oh my god, I'm gonna have to work a lot to pay that off. He's the nigga's no, that's just half of it, but all these fees plus interest is build up 3 million, and he's and basically it's the mafia, not mafia, oopsie, Yakuza.
Oh, okay.
The Yakuza is offering this him and other people in society that are down on their luck with debts and heavy shit. It's a part of the death game genre. One of my favorite fucking genres, the Battle of the Wits, fucking Death Note type shit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like it's there's physical fights, but like that's not the emphasis. The emphasis are like what goes on in the character's head and the mind games they play with the other people's.
I kind of like anime like that now.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing, bro. I love, cause like you've been playing chess, right, Joseph? Like it's like I like watching because it's like watching niggas play mental chess. Cause like, you know, if you watching a shonen, like, yeah, punch, right, like fucking spare blast this, fucking spare beam that type shit. But like when you watch two niggas, like one nigga doesn't know your intentions, so you gotta hide the fact that you know something about their plan. If they know that you know their plan, then like it fucks the whole plan up and it sends everything down into a spiral. Cause like the first game they play, it was like, what is it called? Restrictive rock, paper, scissors, which is like rock, paper, scissors, but like they play it using cards and like they each get a deck like consisting of like, I think like 5 papers, rock, paper, scissors or something, or like a certain amount of like rock, paper, and scissors. And like they gotta play like games with each other to like earn like 3 stars to progress to the next level. And like you watch it at first and you're just like, okay, like I don't know how they're gonna like do this, but like then they start manipulating the numbers of like how many rock cards and paper cards and like scissor cards are on the floor. Like they buy up all the paper cards, so like when people are down with the like when the scissor cards are down. No, wait. When the paper cards are down, they'll start attacking the scissor players. It's crazy.
I find anime like that more exciting because it's harder to predict. Like with like shonen type anime, like Dragon Ball Z, like you can always tell who the stronger fighter is gonna be. You know, like it's more predictable. But with anime like that, you can't really tell.
Yeah, especially in Kaji, because like the anime is called Ultimate Survivor. It's not called Ultimate Gambler, and it's very specific because like this nigga is not a good gambler, like necessarily. Like he's somewhat good, but like that's not his main feat. He's not good at the actual gambling part. He's good at finding a way to survive. So this nigga loses like a lot. Like he fucks up and like he doesn't like win really. But like he finds a way to get out of the situation because like if you lose in these games, like the Yakuza is basically saying like, okay, so like you can either win money, but if you lose the money and now you owe us more, you can help pay that off by allowing us to sell you into slavery for us. Like you will be a debt prisoner to us, like until you pay off like your thing, and like and then you accrue interest and shit. So like he has to survive against that, and I really enjoy that. It's like it gives me a lot of Squid Game vibes, which I was trying not to compare it to, but like Squid Games is also in that like field of like the like anti-capitalist messaging and like anime. But like that's like one of my favorite joints there.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't think of a cartoon. Come back around to me with cartoon. I don't want to take up too much time.
All right. Okay, Makai.
Yo.
One of your favorite anime or cartoons?
Do I say both or just one?
You can answer both if you want. It's up to you.
Cool. I think it's cooler if we do both.
I answered one.
So I'm gonna start with my favorite cartoon. It's either damn, they got me. All right, I'm gonna have to say either Avatar: The Last Airbender or Adventure Time for favorite cartoon. And then for favorite anime, damn, there's too many. There's way too many.
There's a whole list.
Probably Erase. I really like Erase.
Do you want to talk a little bit more about either of your picks?
All right, I'm gonna start with Adventure Time because I'm gonna just say Adventure Time because I don't want to drag too long. But I think Adventure Time is like the perfect like cartoon show, you know, especially to like have like back in like the mid 2000s where like, you know, it was just like, you know, our generation just like watching, you know, CV or whatever. It has like a perfect like mix of everything, or at least that appeals to my little brain or whatever.
Yeah, like it was like a lot more colorful and like adventurous back in the day.
Not only was it like colorful, like that kind of like grabbed your attention, but like the world was so interesting, and like like every episode you were learning something new. If it's about like princess lore or like monster lore, I especially love seeing like the monsters. I think my favorite monster design in all of Adventure Time is either like the one that was in Finn's dad's dungeon, like when he got the blood sword for the first time, or the Lich.
Put that on screen now. Okay.
Or the Lich. The Lich was like
I was gonna
crazy.
say you can't beat the Lich. The Lich is such a good design.
I love the Lich, and I loved like when he like I think the scariest thing that I've ever seen with the Lich was when he possessed like all the time. Remember when he possessed like Princess Bubblegum, and then like she was doing all that weird like creepy exorcist type shit. Right. Like she was just like mixing like bleaching chlorine, and then like she was bending her knees all wiggly and stuff like that, and, like crawling on the sea. I think that was like really scary to me, and I know now that it was like an exorcist reference, but I didn't know back then, and it like scared me.
You know what I just like? You know what I just realized? The Lich kind of reminds me of what's going on with. Oh, I want to talk about this. Like we can talk about upcoming cartoons and anime like later on in a bit, but like. Lessons with Pibby. You guys know about that shit, right?
Nope.
Right.
No.
You don't know about Lessons with Pibby? Nope. Lessons with Pibby is like there was like a trailer, right, by like Adult Swim like a couple of months ago. Their most viewed trailer, 21 million views. Like Lessons with Pibby is like the show that like kind of like in the beginning of the trailer, like it has like a little height, like preschool vibe, like, you know, learning with Pibby is so fun, like, you know, Dora the Explorer type shit. But like shit starts going like awry,
it's
like when like
a creepypasta.
Oh, like
it's basically a creepypasta, like, you know, things start getting distorted and like you're like, okay, I've kind of seen this before, you know, like the world around them gets distorted. Like, you know, you take like a cutesy kid property and like you turn it on his head. But then like later in the trailer, like they go into other cartoon shows, like other like specifically Cartoon Network like brand shows, like they're in fucking Adventure Time, and like Finn and Jake just like got static dripping out of their face and shit.
It sounds like Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Like when you're describing like it gets like all like distorted and shit. It sounds exactly like how
very
like,
Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared vibes.
Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared like kind of was like that was his whole thing. It was just like innocent and fun, and then like it was like the most grotesque thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. Like I love that fucking type of shit, like psychological horror in animation. But yeah. Hold on, I was getting off topic. The Lich kind of reminds me of that. Like it got similar vibes. Yeah. But continue.
But to finish up, like what I was saying about Adventure Time, like Adventure Time has like everything. It has like good action. It has a great story, banging music, and the animation is really nice. It complements like the series like premise pretty well.
Yeah, I was like super into Adventure Time. I remember I literally watched it like the first day it came out, and I was a lore master for Adventure Time. I was all about like the whole like the Great Mushroom War and stuff like that, and like that's why like Simon Petrikov was my favorite character from the show and everything.
He was
like
awesome.
Yeah. Fucking Adventure Time was like probably like one of the first shows that like I experienced the fact that like it changed genres, like and you witnessed it change genres like in the beginning of the series. Like what was the change of the series was if we're really talking about it, the change of the series is like when they realized that like the business zombies in the first episode kind of had like a weird post-apocalyptic vibe, and like the creators in Pendleton Ward like noticed that, and he's like, oh shit, let's go that direction with it. But like the real first change that like we got an introduction to lore was the episode I Still Remember You, which is like probably the most talked about episode in the show. You know, the show, like the episode where like fucking
Marceline?
Ice King like Ice King like goes and sings
the world,
but that must be so confusing for a little girl. Yeah. Like, you know, he's just singing with Marceline, and just like even now, bro, that episode still makes me cry. Yeah.
That
like I think about that song.
Simon and Marcy, that made me, for 8th grade, that was what made me do the Cheers theme song as my vocal solo for choir.
Bro, like
I love the music. I remember like one time I had
it low-key got me into music, like Adventure Time, but continue. Like it low-key is the reason like I do music.
Back in like I think like high school, right? I had the flu and I was just like having like a weird like time because I was like dying and I was like, man, this is like the worst I've ever felt. And so I was just like, I remember just like listening to like Adventure Time songs, and they're so good. Like I listened to like every one they had at the time. It was like before the end of it, but it was like I listened to a lot of them, almost like every single one, like on YouTube.
Did you also like listen to Buff Baby on repeat when it dropped?
I did.
Bro, like there was like this little Buff Baby remix, like where like the instrumental was just like a little like upbeat and like perkier, and like there was like a 1 hour long version of it, and I watched that 4 times in a row.
I'm a Buff Baby, I can talk like a baby,
and I dance like a man. I can shake him up, baby. It's like
my
crazy,
kid.
bro.
Like,
This nigga got bars.
But yeah, I was also gonna say Gravity Falls, but I'm not gonna get into that. But moving on, who's next?
Oh fuck, Gravity Falls, bro.
Who's next, Dante?
Oh no, let's continue though. Let's continue.
Did you have anything else to add, Makai?
No, I got everything out the way.
All right, Dante, you're up next. What's one or the other, both one of your favorite anime or cartoons?
My favorite cartoon is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Let's go. Let's get it. That's what I'm talking about.
Certified hood classic.
Certified, bro. Like
funniest show ever.
We have one person here who did not watch SpongeBob growing up.
Chill. It is not that deep.
I'm sorry, bro. You know I gotta do it to you, bro.
Chill.
I didn't watch SpongeBob either.
Let's go.
Here's why, though.
What?
Here's why.
All right.
So when I was a
Okay,
kid,
all right.
there was this like news thing that came up in the news saying that SpongeBob actually like lowers people's IQ. Obviously, looking back, this is bullshit. There's no way that's possible. But like as a kid, bro, that affected me so much. I was like, bro, I cannot watch SpongeBob again. Like I started thinking about all the people I knew that watched SpongeBob, and I was like, bro, they're not the smartest people.
Bro.
Like it was crazy, bro.
Bro, the news really ruined the
Do y'all remember that? Like there was this whole thing that SpongeBob lowers people's IQ.
Remember that.
I guess I probably saw it, but like at the time, like when I was younger, like I was blissfully ignorant of the world. I was just enjoying the fuck out of my youth at the time. Like, you know, I was just like, yo, bro, everything's so cool. SpongeBob SquarePants is so fucking funny. Mr. Krabs is such a bitch. That was like, that was my main takeaway. like, yo, why is Squidward so mean to SpongeBob? But like, continue.
I remember that. I saw that as a kid. I was like, that's stupid, and I kept watching SpongeBob.
My man Dante said, "What a load of barnacles."
I was so naive as a kid, bro. Like I fell for all those Illuminati memes. I fell for everything, bro.
Yeah. I Joseph, me and you were like calling like earlier the other day, and like we were talking about like some plans that we have for more content. And like I told you about like that fucking Obama thing that I fell for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like okay, for everybody else in the audience, like fucking back in the day during like the early stages of Obama's presidency. Oh wait, no, I think like towards like the middle, like you know where fucking Osama bin Laden was like making a big appearance. There was like this fucking video on YouTube that got me, and it was just like it was a picture of Osama bin Laden, right? And then like it would switch to a picture of Obama. And what the nigga would do is like put the picture of Osama bin Laden over Obama and erase the face, and they look the same. And I was like, oh, Obama is Osama?
Obama bin Laden.
That's what I was like. I was like, and then like the nigga would like spend the rest of the video just like sliding the opacity, like the opaque filter, like up and down, just like so you can see the similarities. And my little kid brain was like, I guess like they really haven't been in a room together, so it makes sense. They got me, bro. Like, yo, bro, the media was treacherous for like a kid growing up in this media age, bro. But
That kind
continue.
of sounds like y'all are dumb.
It's like kind of sound like you dicky the dog.
We're kind of stupid, bro. I saw a bunch of crazy shit as a kid, and I always looked at him like, the fuck is this, bro?
All right. We weren't all reading the dictionary and Judy B. Jones, bro.
There's an episode of SpongeBob that's banned. There's multiple episodes that's banned. One of them has Mr. Krabs stealing his mom's underwear.
Oh, that one.
The panty
We watched
raid.
that together.
Yeah, there's
Panty Ray was like that. What a goated episode.
it is pretty good. It has some of the best jokes. My favorite joke from that episode was like, "Are you ready to go crazy?" And Patrick's like, "I'm already hearing voices."
I'm
already insane.
There's also the episode where like they're playing like the "I'm Old" song in the beginning. There's so many goated moments in that episode. Too bad it's banned.
Bro, we need to like have a whole section where we just talk about anime music because like SpongeBob got it, bro.
Anime music,
bro, like,
SpongeBob.
Bro, like the best day ever from SpongeBob, like the SpongeBob The Best Day Ever episode was like teeing up to be one of my favorite songs of all time as a child, right? And I was like listening to it and I was so happy. They should not have included that scene where like it's just like them, like it was SpongeBob, Squidward, Mr. Krabs and everybody like in a studio, I guess, like they were on top of a cloud or something, but there was the strings, like they were actually in a studio, and like SpongeBob was still singing it when the music cut out, and everybody's like, is he done yet? It's just like, just let him have his moment. It was like, that scene made me feel bad for liking the song. But for real, that song was so fun. I was like, the best day. I was like, I was skipping to school, bro. Everybody was probably like, look at this little gay boy. And I was like, yes, I am happy. I'm happy as shit right now.
Nah, SpongeBob's goated when it
songs.
comes to their soundtrack and shit like that.
You can hear any SpongeBob song. You're like, damn, that's a SpongeBob song right there.
I like the one.
Sound
I think
effects
it's,
and
I
all
think it's
too.
Grass Skirt Chase. It's like that one.
They fucking had what band? They had a metal band.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pantera?
Pantera.
Yeah, Pantera did.
Pantera.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Pantera in one episode. That's still insane. That's crazy to me.
Did?
Because I listened to that song, I was just like, that sounds fire. I don't even know what it is.
What episode was that?
When
That
they're
was,
in
the
Sandy's
episode-
tree dome during the winter.
Wait, what scene was that in?
Where?
I could have swore that's when it was used.
I thought like it was used like during like a Larry the Lobster episode, like where no, was it? I think it was during the Living Like Larry episode.
I'm not sure. All I know is that the movie.
I think so.
Everyone knows Ocean Man, but it makes me happy because
Ocean
I like
Man.
Ween as a band a lot. Even though
In terms of like songs,
that album,
No, continue. 'Cause sorry.
that album, like Ocean Man, is probably the most lighthearted song on that album, and it's definitely the most like G-rated song on that album.
What is like the break in the middle? They're like we put these niggas through enough.
It's the second to last song on the album.
We put you through a lot song. Fucking bro, like in terms of like songs that like were actually like made for the show, Gary Come Home is the undisputed champion.
Yeah.
What about the Goofy Goober Rock song?
Oh my god!
Well, I mean, that's based on Twisted Sister's "I Wanna Rock." That being said, that might be my favorite, just because that movie it's like Sonic Adventure 2. It works really well as just the like natural conclusion of the story.
Yeah, bro, like because like a lot of animated shows and like we can talk about it, but like a lot of animated shows like end in the same way, like with a musical number or like a dance number to like appease the kids in the audience instead of giving an actual conclusion. But like in the SpongeBob movie,
that's literally the
and, like, it
climactic
actually works.
It's the
It's the
climactic
climactic
fight
battle.
scene set to like the OP. Like that's what it is. It's
What
just
about,
like
like-
that.
what about, like, how
but for a
Phineas and
Western
Ferb-
cartoon?
What about like
It'd
how
be great
Phineas and
if
Ferb
Dragon
had
Ball
like
ended like
songs
that.
every episode?
And never thought how
if
much of
Goku-
a funny
if Go-
ending that is. SpongeBob just starts rocking out so hard that it blows the helmets off. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I think
What's
about
that-
it. That's
what's
so
the-
funny.
I thought
What's the
SpongeBob
name of that
ended when they
song?
had that one episode when everybody was getting fished. Like there was literally like giant hooks on on the ground, and people were just dying left and right. I thought that's when it ended.
Joseph saying like fucking Dragon, like I always Dragon Ball ended, like made me think like what if like it just ended
I was
like we're
literally
like
thinking Zeno fighting Goku and then Goku going like, I'm a goofy goober.
no, I was thinking about him like just like set like he's like about to be defeated, and then he just starts sadly singing, "Don't stop, don't stop your."
And then he turned Super Saiyan, and then he just started dancing and shit.
And then like all his homies like come behind him to like build a chorus. You can find paradise.
I was literally imagining Goku singing Goofy Goober Rock.
What if it was
He's
Chala?
singing Dragon,
Chala?
Dragon, Rock the Dragon.
Inshallah.
That would be
It's
funny if he
over,
sang the
Frieza.
Western opening instead of Chala. Chala.
He's rapping the Dragon Ball
Rock the
GT
Dragon,
Nickelodeon
Dragon
intro.
Ball.
It's over, Frieza. Chala, chala.
It's like, what is going on?
Frieza house in the chorus.
It's time to step into the Grand Tour.
Grand Tour. Step in the Grand Tour.
Dragon Ball G.
What the fuck is this monkey talking about?
On his racism shit.
Oh man.
If they actually do that, they need to make Frieza as racist as possible.
Remember when
they
his
start rapping?
his first
Impossible.
line in the Broly movie is literally him going,
Hello,
"Hello,
monkeys."
monkeys."
Frieza's such a phenomenal character. That's like villainy. That's like the perfect combination of villainy
Just
for a
make a
character
villain
right there, to be
racist,
honest.
bro. Evil. I like how Frieza
Dante,
like
did you have
combination.
anything else to add about cartoon or anime? Did you pick a favorite anime, by the way?
My favorite anime is One Punch Man.
I love One Punch
Word?
Man.
Yeah,
That's a
good.
choice. That's a
I
good
might have.
choice.
I could have said that. Fuck.
Bussin'.
What?
Well, you didn't go yet. You can still say it. But like, yeah.
Dante,
Until
did you have
couldn't-
anything else to add?
I love like a lot of shows don't know how to do overpowered characters, but One Punch Man does such an excellent job at it.
And Mob Psycho 100.
I love.
Yeah,
it's like a
that's
deconstruction
because they're
of one.
both created by one, and one is a really great writer.
I
Absolutely.
love like when like the heroes are like getting their ass whooped, and then like Saitama shows up, and you get that feeling of like, the fight's over.
Everything's
It's like,
gonna be okay.
Usually when that happens in like Dragon Ball Z or other, you're like, oh, like the fight's over, like negatively. But when like Saitama shows up, you're like, oh, Saitama's about to fuck
And
them.
I like that
This-
when like in Dragon Ball, like when you like have people stalling for time for like the main character to show up, like by the time Goku gets there, you got like 40 niggas dead. Somebody got their arm missing. 2 niggas like are like depressed
Saitama
now.
be showing up late too, though.
Yeah,
but
like-
I feel like the I was
But
about to mention
Goku
it.
always coming with the pizzas.
I
Like
was
when
about to say
Saitama shows up,
too. I
that
was
shit
about
is
to mention that
over.
too,
Like
I feel like the good difference between like the hero stalling for time and what Saitama does is like whenever you like in Dragon Ball, they're like, we gotta keep fighting until Goku gets here. You know, type like weak ass type shit, bro. They weak as shit for that, bro. When you're in One Punch Man, Moomin Rider showed up. Moomin Rider's like, I have to take him down. Jodos is like, I have to beat him.
God,
Everyone's
that
like,
scene
I have
is
to beat
so
the villain.
fucking good. That scene where he's making the speech in the rain, that kicks so much ass on every single level. Like, it's so good.
if I remember right, even Naruto did that. I don't know if this is like a spoiler or if you care about spoilers for Naruto, Dante. Do you?
We're just like, how do you spoil Naruto, bro?
Yeah.
Naruto
Okay, I'm just
wins
asking, I'm
every
just asking.
fight, bro.
But yeah, I was just
what happens.
no, because but like basically like when Pain attacked the village and everyone was like, "Yo, we gotta stall for Naruto to get here." That shit was kind of mid.
Yeah, that shit was weak.
Naruto,
It's like, is Naruto
No
really the
way.
strongest guy there? Like, come on now. Of all the
Come on,
old ass
bro.
ninjas over there,
Yeah,
You gotta. It's the mentality of your side characters.
bro,
Like,
how
One
you-
Punch Man's characters, they all think like, I have to do this, bro. If I don't do this, who will do this?
Yeah,
And other animes, they're like, oh, Goku will take care of it.
And Saitama's just a nice guy. Like
that's because, like, you know, One Punch Man acts as like a deconstruction of the hero archetype that we see in most media forms. Because, like, instead of making One Punch Man, who's obviously the strongest nigga, like him, like the main focus of attention all the time, we like focus on the heroism that is exhibited by other people,
the hero society,
and yeah, the heroes of society, the people that, like, instead of standing by the sidelines and watching injustice happen, like, despite not having the strength necessary to go against the evil, they step out and they say, I'm against this. I'm going to stand for the people that are in trouble. I'm going to save everyone. Even if they can't, just like that act of defiance alone just proves that, like, you know, normal people like got powers. That's why that like Moomin Rider scene is fucking amazing.
And it's so realistic.
The difference between Goku and Saitama is if Goku showed up there, he'd be like, "Don't worry, I got this." While Saitama's like, "You did a great job." Like, he's genuinely just a really kind, lighthearted guy. He's just a hero for fun, and it's like so entertaining to see that stuff.
He's so humble, bro. It's like I want to see him reap the benefits of that he deserves, bro.
Yeah. It also has some of the funniest character writing. Like, there's really good character. Like, one is just a really good writer. That's why I like Mob Psycho as well, like, a lot. But for example, you take a character like King. King is one of the funniest characters in like anything ever.
I love
the fact that he's got like he has such a high ranking, even though he's just like a normal guy, and he just has. He
his whole
he doesn't even try to bluff, but people accept whatever he says as like fact, or like Atomic Samurai thinks he like chopped something so hard that it somehow came back together, and he's like, this guy's so fucking strong. Like,
he's
King's
Mr.
whole
Satan
career
done
based
right.
off of him capping, and it's like so funny.
Like during the King arc, like when King, like before the King reveal, like where he was like, a bunch of like bad guys were running away, King was just like, hey guys, and like they knocked themselves out.
Yeah, like one is just a really great writer.
Yeah. They really need to reanimate like the second season.
Yeah, they need to try again. Like, they need to try again. That was disrespectful.
They need to drag Madhouse's bum ass out to actually do a sequel for once.
It's like they need to, bro. It's okay. I haven't started it, but like I'm kind of interested, and I might start it soon. But like I'm very interested in like what happened to like Full Metal Alchemist, because like people really didn't like the first iteration, and like then they love the second iteration.
That's because the second iteration is actually manga accurate.
Yeah, like, bro, I love that like people can now say like you should Full Metal Alchemist it, and like it just proves like, because like I think when people too. Yeah, like I feel like people like make like a bad like version of like a piece of media, like they end on a bad note, and then like they feel like they just have to keep it there because, you know, I guess it's there now. Like fucking, for example, Game of Thrones, like they ended terribly, but they didn't need to stay that way. Like, you know, you can definitely like people
wait 10 years make Game of Thrones Brotherhood.
Exactly. Come back and like, do it again, do it better this time.
It's like a nigga like dropping the mic after an ass bar. Get the fuck back here, bro.
Oh my god, it's unrelated, but a long time ago, my friend Jamal showed me one of the funniest fucking videos I've ever seen. It was like a SoundCloud file, and it was like this guy doing like a Dragon Ball freestyle, and it was so fucking funny because he's fumbling the bag so hard, and you hear the DJ speaks up, and it's like this old dude, and he literally goes like, "Shut that shit off." It's so fucking funny. Like, it was great because it literally ends on the like dude referencing GT in his freestyle. He's like going crazy, like, my name is Baby, and then like the beat shuts up, and you just hear him go, "Shut that shit off."
Oh, that's funny as
shit. Video after the podcast.
It's so fun. Like literally the instrumental cuts out, and like the DJ doesn't have a mic, so you just hear him from like far away. He's like, "Shut that shit off." It's so fucking funny.
Bro, there's still still some moments of cringe that like I just can't help but laugh at. Most cringe things that just like make my stomach feel bad, but like some shit just got me cracking the fuck up.
Shut that shit off.
Imagine your producer like going off when you kick your ass.
Yo, you're referencing GT. Shut that shit off.
Oh, but is that all you had to say, Dante? Or can we move on to Joseph?
I have a One Punch Man hoodie.
Is it Opie?
Yeah, it's the Opie hoodie.
Yeah, my dad got me that,
hoodie.
and I had to like explain to him. I was like, "Dad, you don't know what this shirt says or what it means."
Oh wait, yo! Before we move on, Dante, do you remember in school like where like president,
Tobias?
like principal? No, Mr. Hogger.
Mr.
Like
Hogger?
he asked you.
What does
He
Opie
asked you
mean?
what Opie means.
And I told him it meant happy.
No,
Yeah, and then he-
no.
Yeah, and he went into the
but,
hallway
like-
and he was yelling Opie. And I was like, oh,
The funniest part.
we were like, you probably
No, but
shouldn't
the
do
funniest part is that he came back like to us later and he's like, I figured out what it meant.
no.
And he wasn't happy.
Oh, no.
He's like, that's not what it means.
Doesn't go for real.
Oh
It
no.
was so funny. I wore that hoodie through all of senior year, like every day, and I got away with it. Remember we were in the lunchroom, and like there was like the girl from like the grade under was like, "Are those titties on your hoodie?" And then Tobias was like, "Oh, so that's what they are."
Oh, it's so funny because they would recognize it and they wouldn't do anything about it, which is kind of goated. I'm not going to hold you.
I started therapy, right? And in the class, like I was in like it was in the school, right?
Yeah.
And like the woman who was helping me do it was like, "Oh, well, look your sweatshirt. What does Opie mean?" And I was like, "You're gonna have to look it up on your own time." And then like our next
You're like-
session, she was like, "So I looked it up." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Yeah."
This is like an unhinged. All right. But if like that's all you gotta say, we should move on to Joseph so he can
Yeah,
like.
Joseph, give me a pick of one of your favorite cartoons or anime or both.
All right, I'll do both. So my favorite cartoon. So Makai said earlier that Adventure Time was the perfect cartoon, and it is. But I feel like the antithesis to that, or like the cartoon that's kind of the reverse, is regular show.
Regular show.
Like the
I
worst.
really loved regular show.
No.
Like
regular. Dude.
to me, it was the first cartoon. I mean, there's many cartoons that tugged at my heartstrings, but like regular show was just amazing because I don't know, like it resembled like kind of like life in a exaggerated way to me, and I really liked it more than Adventure Time because Adventure Time, was more playful, more colorful, but regular show was just like kind of grungy in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, yeah, I get you.
I like
Fucking-
time setting. It's like kind of 90s, kind of 2000ish, kind of everywhere-ish.
Even though like there wasn't like a lot of clarifiers to like have this assumption, but like something about like regular show, even today probably if you rewatch it, like something about the setting just feels so modern, like to the time that you are watching.
Yeah.
It's
unless you
timeless.
hear something that is just like, yeah, that's a throwback, and I remember that from that year when it came out. Unless they say something like that, if it's just a normal episode, like where they don't make any reference to like the time period that it's like taking place in, like it just feels like it's today.
Dude, I remember one time they had that episode where it was like they had like Tyler the Creator.
I was
On
literally
there.
going to say,
Yeah.
the episode where Tyler the Creator shows up and then Pops calls him the N-word.
The hard art,
Bro,
too. That's a
low
pretty
key-
controversial episode. I can't believe they aired it on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, where he was like, listen, Pops, you a real nigger. Like, whoa.
No, Pops said it to Tyler
said
the
it.
Creator.
Pops said
Have you not seen that clip?
Well, you're a stupid nigger.
No, was it? It's like now you listen here. I think is what he said.
Now you listen here, nigga.
Can we just like take a
fucker.
moment to like appreciate the episode where like Mordecai and Rigby eat Benson's like grilled cheese, and then like later in the episode they like start fucking with like anti-nuclear matter and shit like that.
That episode.
The escalation is always
remember
good.
the ending of that episode where it was like Benson was like, "What took you guys so long?" And then Rigby was like, "Bro, NASA took us in, and we had to like decompose some bullshit in space." And then
Mordecai is
Mordecai's
just like, "Oh, we ran over it.
we ate your sandwich." And then Benson was like, "Thank you, Mordecai. See, Rigby, you should tell the truth once."
One of my favorite out of context clips is it's so good at how immediately it escalates. Where like Mordecai throws the basketball down, he's like, "Dude, basketball sucks," and then like thunder cracks in the sky, and the fucking limo comes out of the sky with the god of basketball or whatever. Like the escalation that show is really well done, and the thing that helps it be timeless is that if they reference things from the past, it's always explicitly stated that it's from the past. Like whether it's like Mordecai and Rigby's game system or them playing like cassette tapes, like it's never seen as like modern within the show, so it helps give it a timeless feel because it's like stuff people are familiar with of being from the past.
Yeah.
Regular show is so
the reason like
funny.
the reason like I liked like regular show is like I can't like describe this, but like it felt very urban.
Yeah.
Like with that episode, yeah, where they were rapping, and like even that episode that like you just mentioned, like it just like has things that like kind of resonated with me, like back, like it kind of felt like when I was watching like Hey Arnold back in the day. And like, you know, they just city
They got
kids
me
fucking
for my
around.
phones.
But like, yeah, it just, I don't know. Like the first time like I remember like the advertisements for regular show, like, you know, like they had like the trailers like this Monday regular show, and then like I was in my kid head, I remember actually saying this, like, finally a show that's just down to earth and normal, no crazy shit.
But it says
like,
it's anything but.
Oh yeah, I remember that. The ads were like regular show, anything but. I was, and
But
like, the ads,
Then
the
you
ads
get
were- the ads were
introduced
just
to like a talking
Bro,
like
the ads
gumball
were-
machine.
remember like the first ads for regular show, and it was just like Mordecai on a fucking grass cutter, and he was just cutting the field, and it was like really far out, and it was like regular show, and that was the whole ad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought, bro, like, the funniest thing is, like, I would see, like, the shit in the trailer. As a kid, I read it said anything but it never clicked with me, because, like, I really thought the show was going to be regular until the first episode where they're playing, like, the arcade machines, and then the devil head comes out.
No, the first
And
episode
then, like,
was
That's
Bobby
such a classic
Ferguson.
episode.
No, that's not Gary Bobby Ferguson.
He's talking about the one where there was like they were having a giant boss fight because they didn't want to fold chairs.
Yeah.
What's his name? JB or something?
Yeah. Bro, like, at that moment when I saw, like, the fucking devil head come out, I was like, hey.
Wait.
Because, like, that was the moment.
was it the,
I was like, this isn't normal.
This isn't regular.
Was it the Destroyer of
This
Worlds?
isn't regular at
It was
all.
the talking
Mordecai
gumball
and
machine
Rigby.
that did it, or maybe the
Yeah,
walking
the
ape.
Destroyer of Worlds.
That's
yeah.
that's the funniest part. I saw, like, I looked at the commercial, and I saw that it was a walking, talking, like, blue jay bird, like, chilling with a raccoon, getting yelled at by a gumball machine, and I was like, this is regular. This makes sense. This would happen in real life, actually.
Sure.
Stefan turns on an episode and Pops is pointing the camera. Now you listen here.
The regular show has the best escalation of events in any show ever.
I really,
Listen here, my brother in Christ.
I think my favorite.
Mordecai and Rigby, I need you to trim the hedges and pick up the trash. All this lame ass work is stressing me out. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm referencing with that.
I think my favorite character.
It's one of my favorite all-time videos. It's Mordecai and Rigby smoke some weed. I fucking love that video so much. You slackers couldn't even get the good boof. This shit ain't hitting.
My favorite character in a regular show is Skips. To be honest with you.
Skips
The
is pretty
immortal
great.
monkey.
Yeah.
I love
He used
watching
to be
that
known
nigga
as
skip
Walks.
around.
That's so funny.
His name
Fuck it.
used to be Walks.
It's so good. There's a lot of that's just really well done.
But continue on, Joseph. Like, why do you like regular shows?
Oh,
Specifically?
y'all took it away.
I was
Like basically everything you guys said. Like, it was a really funny show. There was something very nostalgic about it. Like, even as I was watching it, like I felt like I was, like what Gage said, it felt like I was looking in the past, but at the same time it was kind of relevant. And
you agree with like when I said something about it being urban? Do you want to expand upon that?
I mean, I always gotten a feeling of like a mixture of urban and kind of grunge from it, like a mixture of urban and rock culture, like maybe slight punkish from it. I don't know, like that's just how it felt. Like I felt like it was a combination of all things, and that's kind of what drew me into into the cartoon. And like when it came out, like it was so different from like the other cartoons that were out at the time. Like it was, like I said earlier, like it was a complete antithesis to Adventure Time. It was nothing like Avatar: The Last Airbender. What other shows were going on? There was a lot, but like I can't think of some. Kick Buttowski. It was nothing like Kick Buttowski, which is another legendary show, by the way.
Truly.
It was nothing like Ben 10. Like, it was just its own show. And
like regular show and like Adventure Time really like carried a generation.
Oh, for real.
Like, bro, like I know there was like a lot of good shows. There was a lot of good shows around that time. Like like that was before like they still cared about like actually what show. Like I know like it was a meme, and like we went through a phase like back in the day of hating on Teen Titans Go, and then like a lot of us came around and realized like, you know, we were just jumping on a bandwagon, and like we didn't realize it at the time, but we was just hating because like it was fun to hate. But like some of us really did like dislike the show. But like I've come to the conclusion like I did hop on the bandwagon that I was just dick riding and hating on it just because everybody else was hating it. But like also it's not that great, because like, you know, people have come around and be like, you know, it's not that bad a show, yeah, but it's not that good a show either.
Like the Teen Titans Go.
Bro, Uncle Grandpa.
Like,
oh my
I actually
God.
despise it.
Uncle Grandpa, y'all remember that shit? Oh Lord,
Uncle
Oh,
Grandpa has
God.
nothing on Teen Titans. I blame Teen Titans Go for like the decline of Cartoon Network.
Yeah. If anything, I don't see like Teen Titans Go as like a bad show, more so as I see it as like I see it as like the antithesis of like what cartoons became for a while.
It was like the
like,
pioneer
I feel like
of shit cartoons.
I
It
don't
was like-
think
like-
I don't
like-
think
like-
Teen
like
Titans
Teen
Go was the
Titans Go-
pioneer. I think it was
Bro,
actually that Gumball.
I feel like it is.
This is controversial, but I feel like it was that Gumball. Yeah,
Gumball is a good show though.
It was a good show, yes, but like the way it's structured, like the type of cartoon it was, laid the foundation for, you know, like Teen Titans Go, because
this is a controversial
because
take.
all cartoons started like following suit with like that whole
I wish
setup.
cartoons followed suit with Gumball.
They
Gumball
did
had
though. They just
effort put
didn't
into
execute it as well as Gumball did. You know what I'm saying?
It was like,
Hold on, wait. I want you to try to I want you to try to expand upon that, because I actually love Gumball.
I
Like,
am.
I don't think like they follow like in the footsteps of Gumball, because like I think it would be completely different if they did.
If they did, so many shows would be goated, bro.
Yeah, I think Gumball, in my opinion at least, because I want to hear yours, but like I think Gumball was like kind of riding on the coattails of what was the last remnants of what Adventure Time and regular show carved out. Because I think like they were like, because like it still had like that adventurous, colorful, multimedia, like it still had like the adventurous like thing that it was trying to do with its animation. It still had like some episodes had the dry wit and cynicism of like regular show, but with also the absurdist nature of like normal things being like brought to their like logical extreme. I think like it was riding heavy on the coattails. So like why do you think like it like laid the groundwork for like something like Teen Titans Go to like come to fruition?
I just gotta say, it's goated, right? I'm not saying that it's a shitty cartoon, not at all. But I am saying that like when you look at these new shows like Clarence or like the shows that like followed suit after that era, like Clarence, Uncle Grandpa, shows like that, it felt to me at least that they were trying to match what Gumball did, because Gumball did follow on the coattails of like the Adventure Time and regular show, but they were also their own show, and it was like certain like they were more lighthearted, I'd say, than like your regular show and your Adventure Time. You know, a little bit on the funnier side, a little bit on the playful side. And I feel like these cartoons, these modern day cartoons nowadays, saw that more playful side, more like positive, goofy type stuff, and like ran with it, like they knocked it up a notch. That's why I say it laid down the groundwork for.
Yeah. So you're saying like it got like more. Sorry, continue.
No.
I was just asking. So are you saying that like it made Cartoon Network and like cartoons of this nature go like more kid friendly? Because like in that regard, I kind of understand and kind of agree, because like Gumball did have that quality.
I feel like it impacted it in a big way, and it was not only Gumball; it was also shows like Fanboy and Chum Chum. Like those type of shows added on to that as well. Like I'd say they're the OGs of what we have today. You know what I'm saying?
But what I feel like is like the most important part about the thing is like
SpongeBob too.
Y'all remember Fanboy and Chum Chum? Y'all remember that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That shit lasted like a year max, didn't it?
Just like Monster and Me.
Like back in the day, when you produced a show that was shit quality, like it was like unfunny and obnoxious and loud, it would only last like a season or two if you're lucky. Like that, what was that show called? It looked like melted highlighters with like the guy had blinked sideways.
Problem Solvers?
That
I was waiting for
someone
to bring up the Problem Solvers. They're like Secret Mountain Fort Awesome, if anyone remembers that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Those shows ran their course in like a year. Their shows were over. Because like
I was a weird kid because I like Problem Solvers.
And then like the companies were like, all right, this isn't working. We need to cut ties with this. With shows like, but like when Teen Titans Go came along, is that show still going? I think that show was still on the air.
So.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's like it was like the first show of its type to actually last a while. So then the company saw it. They're like,
honestly, like
garbage sells.
Like Steph was saying, I don't think Teen Titan Go is that bad. It's just that to us it is, because we grew up with the original Teen Titans. So nothing compares. It's like if Dragon Ball. It's like if Dragon Ball had a Dragon Ball Go, bro. We would think that shit is ass, bro.
Trust me, it is that bad. I don't even like it. Because, like, listen. If Teen Titans Go was its own original thing, like they made their own characters, and it was like a shit quality show, right? Then like I feel like it would have gotten a significant less amount of hate, but it's the fact that they took this pre-existing property.
It would pull less views though. Go ahead though.
Yeah, that's they take this pre-existing property with an already established fan base, waiting for a satisfying conclusion to their old anime cartoon, and then they fucking chibi it up, make every single character the same, basically insult everyone who wanted the show before. Constantly, they still do it to this day. They still like talk about their haters to this day for some reason, and that just led to like everyone getting like upset because like, damn, bro, you couldn't have just made your own shit show. You have to go and tamper with the legacy of one of the greatest cartoons ever.
It's sad because now, you know, there's gonna be kids that grow up to Teen Titans Go and think that's the Teen Titans, and like, just like what I was saying about Gumball, like they're like all these cartoons are trying to take a more kid-friendly approach now. They're all targeting like the kids now, so like a lot of the cartoons are losing some of the like complexity that it had, I guess, like when it comes to, you know, just like the plot they had, and it's all like very simple now, very simple animations, very simple characters. Is not interesting anymore.
What company
that makes me think of a point, if I could talk after you, Dante.
When companies saw in Teen Titans Go was like, oh, we don't have to try and then that's it. That was, and then all the cartoons followed suit, and now we have YouTube Kids and Cocomelon.
Yeah, fucking. That makes me think, right? I think cartoon companies' programs lie to us as kids, because like I remember at a certain point, like there was like a lot, because like I completely agree with Joseph and like where he went with like the Gumball point, because like I remember back then when I was watching regular show and Adventure Time, like I still like enjoyed it, and I realized I liked it because like it still had action in it, like there was still fighting, like, and there was goofy moments from time to time, but like I was really focused on the adventure. Like when there was some story coming in, like when that fucking like I Remember You episode came in, I was like, oh, I want to see this thrilling story now, I want to see where this goes type shit, you know. But like I remember like at a certain point like during Gumball, but like I loved Gumball. That was the good, I would say Gumball is a transition period between like Adventure Time to like Teen Titans Go, because like it was a good transition period, but it didn't transition to anything like that I would say like is in my wheelhouse, because like once we got Teen Titans Go, like I started realizing I don't like this, because like even though like there's action, like it seems like they're trying to make it for like a generation that's not me, you know. Like even though I was still a kid, like it doesn't feel like CN was growing with me. Instead of like when they what Cartoon Networks should do is like grow with their like audience. Like, you know, they should take the shows that they start with and like grow. Like they should continue like doing that type of content for like 15 years. Like, you know, when like kids like start kind of growing away from cartoons, if they ever do.
Exactly. They should do the format that they were doing in the early 2000s. Like have the lighter, more childish shows start in the morning, and then in the afternoon or near the evening, you start rolling out the heavy hitters, the shit's made for teenagers, and then you have your Adult Swim, bam, boom, like that. That's a good thing right there. But now this is not. It's totally like kid directed.
You know what's kind of funny?
But like the reason. I wanted to make this point real quick.
Go ahead.
The reason. Sorry, like, because the point I was trying to get at is like the reason like it got so kid friendly is because like companies used to like tell us that like kids don't like action shows anymore. That's why they took shit like Samurai Jack off the marquee, and like at the moment, like that's why they took like that Thundercats remake show off the marquee. That's why they took Young Justice.
2011
fucking
Thundercats
like all this
was
shit.
So fucking good.
Yeah, like bro, they took it off because they said kids don't like it. Maybe they just didn't like that iteration, because like now I'm thinking that must have been bullshit, because like now we're getting shows like fucking Arcane on Netflix, and that's just like busting it through. We're getting like fucking, we're getting like the fucking She-Ra remake, busting it through, Voltron, busting it through, like all these cartoons, and like they're taking a heavy action-based stance to things, like story-based. We got the fucking Owl House, we have Amphibia, we have like fucking even like Craig of the Creek to some extent.
Kids love the MCU too. Just to add on to your point.
Yeah, like. Exactly, and like fucking kids eat that fucking shit up, like the fucking DC like WWE. Cartoons, like fucking under the Red Hood, fucking Flashpoint, fucking that one fucking Russian Superman joint,
Red Sun.
Like bro. Yeah, Red Sun. Niggas, like, kids do love this action-based shit. So it's probably not that kids don't enjoy action cartoons. It's, like, probably that, like, the way that you're making it needs to appeal to a broader audience somehow that doesn't include dumbing it down. Because even if, like, you want to dumb shows down, kids, like, when we were kids, we weren't dumb. Like the show that we were watching, I grew up with Courage the Cowardly Dog, Powerpuff Girls,
as a kid,
fucking all that.
As a kid, I was watching Nick Teens, bro. I was over here watching Zoe 101 and shit like that. Shit that was way above my like.
There's something that the
this nigga saw like, Drake got shot.
Yeah, I was watching Degrassi, bro.
Companies need to get through their head like. Kids like watching things that make them feel adult.
Right.
They don't seem to understand that.
Yeah,
like,
bro, look at Batman Brave and the Bold.
Like kids don't like watching like these dumbed down shows. They want to watch something that makes them feel smart.
Exactly.
Like Family Guy or something. And you're like, oh no, the kids won't understand that. The kids are going to understand it perfectly
that
fine.
shit.
They're not going to understand it. They're going to go to school and talk about it. They're like, oh, I'm watching Owl House. It's so grown up. It's so mature.
Right.
Like,
Like I still miss Generator X. I still miss like fucking. You cannot believe how upset and sad I am that like we don't have. Old school Ben 10, like I still think about and get sad that like they just gave away Symbiotic Titan and we're never getting any more of it. I watched it with my man Stamos, shout out, and like, bro, it was so fucking good, but we're never getting any more. Just like what was that fucking car one? Like
Mega's XLR.
Yeah, Mega's XLR, bro. What the fuck? There's so many good Johns that like they just gave up on.
I remember
because
Secret
like
Saturday.
it didn't seem profitable.
I remember Secret
just don't
Saturdays,
want to try anymore. If they don't,
And I think it's really because like it's hard to make merchandise of it.
If they don't sell toys, you're out the door. That's why shows like SpongeBob have been on air for like 30 years. SpongeBob is like the most profitable thing ever. You just slap his face on anything and people start buying it.
I feel like Cartoon Network though is the only real business that's struggling with this, because I feel like Disney and fucking Nick are handling this well actually, because of the fact that they have networks where it's set up to where there's like, aside for like the really childish kids, like you have your Nick Jr. and then you have your fucking Nick Teens and shit like that. So like they already categorize these things.
Like Disney Junior and stuff
but
like that.
But the thing is, like, Nickelodeon, this is like a child company to like Viacom, and Viacom is like a fucking juggernaut, and Disney is a fucking monopoly, so Disney's never going anywhere anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're gonna be fine. Cartoon Network is owned by the Warner Brothers, which good luck in the future to that company, I guess. Like if they get bought by Disney, I would be like, damn, okay.
Yeah, Joseph's right. Like at least Nickelodeon and like Disney are trying. I mean, like as much props as we can give to Disney, but like at least Nickelodeon is trying, because Nickelodeon at least had like the Ninja Turtles, like that remake of the Ninja Turtles that was actually kind of good.
Yeah, but it got canceled.
It got.
Dude, they gave up on that too.
If you're talking about Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that actually had good animation, that got canceled.
Yeah.
Why did they cancel that? It looked so sexy.
Yeah.
It's probably because like they fucking like these companies like make good shows and then they like fucking drown it in a sea of mediocre content. Like the fucking was Mighty Med. That's Disney XD. Henry Danger, the fucking Make It Pop, the what the fuck is that other shit that like the Game Shakers? They covered like these good shows in a sea of bullshit that kids don't want to watch.
Yeah,
like I
didn't want to watch those.
I don't watch this shit.
I didn't want to watch any live action show on Nickelodeon as a kid. I would always change the channel. I'm like, what is this?
I loved iCarly.
iCarly's golden.
Everybody loved like iCarly, Drake and Josh.
That's because those were actually good, bro. If you try to watch like Henry Danger, Dan Schneider fell off.
Well, you know a thing or two about Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider fell off in multiple ways.
That's why we need to watch Good Burger, because Dan Schneider's in
Dan Schneider probably the reason I got a full fetish.
I was about to say Dan Schneider was never on.
So when it came to like live action Nickelodeon stuff, I liked the game shows, because there used to be a separate channel for the Nickelodeon game shows, and I would watch Legends of the Hidden Temple, Guts, Get the Picture, Nick Arcade, Figure It Out. There's like so much like good game shows that they had that I like really loved. To be honest, I was like, I was always more of like Cartoon Network side of things. I've always been more on like the Cartoon Network side of things.
I watched
Cartoon Network was running shit in the early 2000s.
I'm not gonna lie. I've always been a fucking Nickelodeon boy.
I watched all three.
Did you watch SpongeBob?
Nah, because of the IQ thing, man. That shit really affected me as a young boy.
Really fucked you up.
But nah, bro, like...
Joseph, did you have a favorite anime that you wanted to
Oh, yeah. My favorite anime is Death Note, because Death Note was the first anime I watched that wasn't in the genre of, like, fighting. Well, like, the Shonen Jump. And, like, the reason I like it so much is because it was so unpredictable. Like, you couldn't tell who was going to be the victor. Like, at one point I had L, and then at another point I had Kira, and then I just kept going back and forth, and it kept me on my toes. And it was like one of the few animes that's actually been able to do that.
You gotta watch Kaji Ultimate Survivor.
Oh, for sure. I feel like I'll really enjoy that. Cause like I really enjoy anime where the main character is like, or the like all the characters are like using their heads and like strategizing and like finding tactics rather than, oh, I'm just gonna train for a month, learn this new technique, and then I'll overcome my challenges type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's my favorite. Like the mind game genre is like critically underrated, underanimated. And, like, it's, like, my favorite, like, thing in, like, well, fiction in general, but, like, mostly, like, fucking, anime and, like, the manga genre. Because, like, there's also, like, this manga that I read called fucking Liar Game. In the same vein, kind of has the same, like, death game structure. But, like, what's really good is, like, is these niggas, like, using their brains to outsmart each other. Like, you know, how can I, like, you know, they give a game. Usually it has simple rules. All right. How can like, and then like the creator like makes a game, puts the rules, and then they're like, how can I manipulate this game in the coolest way possible multiple times? Because like, they don't do it once. Like, they do it once and like a nigga thinks like he figured the game out, and then they realize, oh, something fucked up. And then like, it was manipulated another way, and then that person thinks like, ha, you got fucked up, and then they like figure something out like, oh, they fucked up, they made a slight error, and then it gets manipulated another way. And that's crazy.
Yo, you know what would be cool? And I don't know if this have already been done, but it's like swept under the rug or something. But if somebody created an anime where it incorporates both like mind games and fighting, so like they're like
Bizarre
heavy
Adventure.
For real. I haven't gotten deep into it, but I like it's like heavy, like they're heavy fighting, but at the same time they're like analyzing situations to where it's like they're doing like chess moves, like their tactics and their
JoJo's
strategy.
Bizarre Adventure.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, it's definitely JoJo, like to a certain extent. Also, like there's like this one arc of, I forgot the fuck the name of the arc is, but there's one arc in Yu Yu Hakusho where like they just like get, there's like, oh boy, like they get like these specific spirit world powers, and then like it becomes like, you know, that you know what I mean?
That?
Huh? We're gonna have to cut this part out. I know this for sure.
Yeah, you're talking about like the three guys, right? Where they each get like their own like domain, essentially.
Yeah. That's, I wasn't trying to say nothing about it because like I still gotta watch Yu Yu Hakusho at some point with these niggas.
Oh, I would love to watch that with y'all. That'd be great to watch.
We're somewhat far in. Like I guess not we're like barely even before the first arc right now.
Oh, so you guys, I was like, I need to join y'all before y'all get to the fucking Dark Tournament, because the Dark Tournament, oh man.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh,
Dark Tournament, bro, it's so fucking good.
But back on Death Note for like one more second, I was gonna say, What's Up People
Joseph.
is a banger,
Yes.
by the way.
Yes,
You should watch Love is War.
Love is War.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Love is War. Imagine Death Note, but the main characters are in love with each other.
Oh.
And instead of trying to kill each other, they're trying to make each other confess. No, instead of trying to kill each other, they're trying to make each other confess.
Nice.
To being in love with each other. Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it.
I appreciate these recommendations.
Do you have any more to add to your cartoon or anime?
Because I'm really trying to find something like Death Note. Because like, bro, like Death Note has easily toppled like all of the anime I've watched so far, and it's like I gotta find something else like that. Like I just have to.
I just hear "What's Up People" playing in my head. I fucking love that song. That's such a good opening. I love like just the butter the cows, the nigga, like the way he just sings like super fast like that. Oh, that's so good. I love the screaming in the opening too.
Just so we can what do you call it?
Move on?
My bad. No, just so like we can move further into like talking about anime. Like I just wanted to like mention like like this is quickly like while we were talking about the state of animation and like Western like media, like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney,
Dr.
like,
Pepper.
Because of it, like Dr. Pepper.
Are you eating?
Because of
No.
I'm chewing something. Because of like what was happening to like animation, like it was becoming, for lack of a better word, babified. It was like baby shit. Like where it kind of felt like it was insulting intelligence, and insulting my intelligence just to watch it, not to make it sound like forehead type takes on like animation and shit. But like because of it, that like I started moving a little bit more towards anime.
Yeah, Kylan type
like,
shit.
Yeah. Like I started like being interested in the show. What the fuck you say that?
I don't know.
It feels weird because those kid shows feel like Dora the Explorer.
Remember when they would pause?
Non-educational.
Remember when they would pause and ask you questions like, "Hey, how
Where
many
is the
bananas is he
bridge?
holding in his hand?"
How?
It's so weird when you're a kid and like sometimes you respond, but like sometimes you don't, and then you realize she just staring at you.
Teen Titans Go Ultra is gonna come out and they're gonna do that shit, dog. I promise you.
There's an episode of Teen Titans Go where like two of the characters would just say waffles for the whole episode, and that was the joke. That was the whole joke. That was the joke. And they had a song. Yeah, there was a whole song where they just said waffles over. That's
Kids gonna really
doesn't
think
that
this is
sound
Teen
insulting?
Titans.
Bro, doesn't that sound so insulting to everyone who's watching, bro? like, isn't it so funny? They're saying waffles. No, it's not funny, bro. They do this shit for 11 minutes, bro. It wasn't funny the first minute, bro. Come on, I get it.
Listen. I fucked with the waffles episode, all right? And I'll tell you why. I won't tell you.
You're
I was like,
Hey, but Steph, I know you was
That's
heading
funny.
to something good here. Continue, brother.
I just thought that would be funny if I just like left that. I just left that there.
Remember everyone was talking about Teen Titans Go, right? And then it fell off, right? And then people started talking about it again because the creators made like a weird pseudo response to all of them with the clown episode, where they're basically their response was like, clowns are for kids, and all because you don't like clowns anymore means you should grow up or some shit like that. And everyone was like, there's just clearly a metaphor for like cartoons, bro. They're saying like cartoons are for children, and if you think our show is too stupid, maybe you should stop watching cartoons.
That is a terrible way to respond to something.
Bro. I would have murdered them.
And then everyone got upset at them because of that. And then like I think it was like a short while after they had like this kid who had to make a wish to be in the episode. Like he was in the episode, and the people were speculating that they did that to like deflect criticism. They're like, "Oh no, we're a good show. Look, we have this cancer kid in here," and he said a line, but some people think that wasn't his voice. Some people think it was Tara Strong who said the line. It's a muddy conspiracy.
Imagine somebody make a wish into a show and then they become like fodder, like just like extra that gets killed by a villain or something.
Oh no, I wish they did that to that. What they did to that kid was horrible, bro. They had like Raven and Starfire being like a predator towards them.
What the fuck?
Because like this kid was like a kid, right? He was like a kid, like in the cartoon and in the show.
Kid?
He was like,
You telling me Dan Schneider didn't write this episode?
No, he would have had like
like-
his feet out or some shit.
yeah, he would have had his.
You
feet
telling me a
untouched.
Schneider wrote this episode?
This kid was like 10 years old, right?
He would have had
And
Raven showing her feet.
Starfire and Raven are like what's supposed to be like they're teenagers, right? They're supposed to be like 17 or some shit, right? And he had like them throughout the whole episode just constantly trying to fuck this child.
Oh my
Like
god.
at every opportunity. Yeah, that's what everyone said.
God.
Jesus
This
Christ.
sickly ill child who was dying. And
Damn.
they had the characters trying to fuck him.
That is gross.
That
Damn.
is pretty gross, yeah. Everyone was
Not canon.
Huh?
Not canon.
They wrote it into the show, bro. Little Yachty was in Teen Titans Go, bro. Little Yachty had a
Did
whole
he do a song for the movie?
Yeah, he had a whole fucking song, bro. Why? Why Little Yachty?
I think it would be more bearable if like Kendrick Lamar did a song though.
It would be more bearable if they got like a kid rapper
All's
like
my
fucking
life I has to fight.
got fucking Will Smith the rap on there. You know, this was years before the slap, so like his career was still intact.
I feel like that man's career is still
like
intact.
The rumbling, the slap.
rumbling.
They should have had Aaron guest appear on that show.
On the Oscars?
No, Teen Titans Go.
Aaron Yeager on the
introducing
Oscars?
to the stage.
Aaron would have slapped everybody.
That would be so fucking interesting if like suddenly like it gets like really fucking dark. Like Teen Titans Go just like goes like
Yo,
like suddenly gyrates.
That would be insane.
Like they walk out, like Robin runs outside and with Starfire and Beast Boy, and like they just like look up to the sky and they see like the Titans coming and they're just walking and they see Aaron and they're just like, what the fuck? And like they can't make any jokes.
and it's the Beast Boy's like, oh no, Cyborg, it's like the rumbling dude, and he turns into a bird and flies away.
he turns into the bird titan finally. That's the bird titan. That's
what they
how
gotta do.
Kai gets his
They
bird
gotta
titan.
do it like this. So Robin, no. This is how they're gonna do it. So Beast Boy and Cyborg are like Reiner and that other guy that I can't pronounce his name. They fucking
Bertolt?
yeah. They fucking betrayed him and shit like that. And then Robin like is Aaron. So Robin like does everything Aaron does and shit like that. So it's basically just Beast Boy, what's the Raven and Starfire or whatever the fuck, and they're like basically like fucking Attack on Titans at this point, and they're like fighting against
Beast Boy is Armin.
Yeah.
Starfire is Mikasa, and Raven is Annie. I don't know.
That'd be fire, to be honest.
That would be very fire. That would be horrible. I don't know why.
Yeah, it would literally be on fire. Stefan, did you pick a favorite cartoon?
Oh, you did want to come back around to me for that.
I did.
No.
It doesn't have to be a definitive favorite. You can just pick one if you want.
Come on,
I'm gonna
Courage
pick
the
Gravity
Cowardly
Falls
Dog,
right now,
bro.
'cause, like,
Go to
Good
for
choice.
real.
Good choice.
Gravity Falls was one of the first fucking shows that like had me on the edge of my seat, and I was very happy to watch it and I did watch it like every week.
Mid.
Was Gravity
Like,
Falls
except for, like,
one or two
The time
seasons?
the cable went out.
Was Gravity Falls 2 seasons long or 3 seasons long?
3.
3.
I remember like in between like the first season and the second season, didn't he have like a long ass hiatus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
thanks to
remember that.
Disney. It's the same thing like Cartoon Network did to fucking Steven Universe, where they'd be like, there's gonna be a Steven Universe episode every night of the week, and then it'd be like, all right, see you in 2 years for the continuation.
I remember that because I remember I was watching Gravity Falls like a really young kid, and then there was no Gravity Falls until I was like a teenager.
It says there's 2 seasons.
I feel like there were 2 seasons because I remember there's a season and I watched it and then I had to wait. I remember I watched the first season, I was like 12, I think, and I had to wait really long time until like I forgot the show existed, and then it came back and I was like, oh hell yeah, and then the show just ended and I was like, oh, that's it.
TV, like, cartoon shows really suffer. Like, animated shows really suffer from the hiatus. Because, like, it kind of has to if, like, it's going to be good quality. Like, I still, like, remember that, like, Attack on Titan, like, how long was their gap? Was it, like, 2-3 years? It was, like, a 3-year gap in between season 1 and season 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's just like
generations for these seasons, bro.
It's like everybody
Worth
was
it,
on
too.
it. Anime of the year, anime of the season. Like, can't wait for season 2. Some interesting shit is happening. Yaga.
I mean, it's better than
Like,
that they go on
2
the hiatus
back.
than like just pump up a bunch of filler episodes like a lot of anime has done.
How can we
I'm
How can we fix that? Like,
I'm
take
trying.
them away. Like,
I'm trying my best, like, to think that, like, Attack on Titan's ending might be cool. I'm trying, like, not to go in with, like, any interpretations, because, like, niggas just keep saying, like, it's a weird-ass ending.
feelings are mixed.
In terms of, like, it being fascist or some
my
shit.
lips are sealed.
Like,
just gonna say feelings
this
are
nigga-
mixed between them. But
This nigga Gage, he has read the manga because he realized that they're gonna fucking. That's what I wanted to talk about. Can we just talk about how we have to wait another fucking year for this anime to conclude?
Wait, this is hold on. This is news to me. Wait.
They hit you with the final season part 3.
We have to wait another year?
See you next year.
I hate that, bro. That's
That's
not
crazy,
the
bro.
fucking
I'm about to read the
season. Stop calling
manga,
it
bro.
the
That's
final
crazy.
Bro, don't call us the
Final season for real this time.
Nah, I'm
Like,
reading the
literally,
manga, dog.
don't call it a comeback.
I'm reading the
Don't call it
manga.
I've
final
been
season,
gone
bro.
for
Call it
years.
season 5, call it season 6, and call it season 7. Don't call it the
Nah.
final season, bro. This is 3 seasons. Season part
They said
1,
part 2.
Kiss my ass.
This should be part
By
6,
the way,
bro.
if I remember correctly, there's
season
only like
6.
9 chapters left, so I don't know how they're gonna get a whole season out of this.
I actually thought they were gonna finish the whole story.
Because
didn't they say there was gonna be
I thought there was a movie.
Yeah, that's because you said like I thought there was gonna be a movie. And
Oh,
I,
I
was like,
see
okay,
what
that
they're
should
trying to
wrap
do.
everything up.
They're trying to milk the fuck out of this situation. That's why they're doing the move, bro. This makes so much sense now, bro.
They're fucking up our anime. First JoJo, now this.
They doing this shit for bread,
Yeah,
homie.
JoJo is being ruined because of fucking Netflix, and it pisses me off because like releasing these episodes in batches completely kills all discussion of the show. Like JoJo Friday was like an event that the entire anime community would like surround and be like, everyone's excited for JoJo Friday, and everyone would be talking about the show every week, so people would be talking about the show for like a year. But then with like part 6, they drop like a set of 12 episodes. Everyone's like, wow, those episodes are really good. And then no one talks about it. Like,
Holy shit, bro, you're so right.
it's
I didn't even
awful.
think about, bro, the act of like dropping like episodes in batches, like it's all available the whole season one night. It completely kills discussion and community. I didn't even fucking think you're so fucking
like
right.
JoJo Fridays was such a big thing.
Oh, that's so
Like,
sad.
Everyone was always hyped for JoJo Fridays. Everyone would talk about the episode that came out for the whole week and then hype up the next episode because people who read the manga are like, this next episode, this shit's gonna happen. I can't wait to see how they animate it. And people would keep talking about it. And like
Netflix really fucked it over because in Japan they were airing it weekly in Japan.
not only were they airing it weekly in Japan, like they started airing it in like January. They were airing it weekly in Japan. Not only that, but they were also like already rolling out the edits that they do for like the Blu-ray where they literally improve the animation and the sound design and mixing for airing them weekly. So the Netflix version is the inferior version of the product.
Wow.
Man, I hate
so
Netflix, bro.
man.
Netflix
That
ruined
should
anime.
happen. That should happen with like Comey can't communicate as well because like fucking Netflix, like, you know how Comey can't communicate, if anybody's watched it, like has like a bunch of subtitles that appears on the screen that like denote what Comey is like currently thinking in that moment or what she really wants to say or like, you know, well, how she really feels about a certain thing, but she can't like express it and shit because she can't communicate. That shit doesn't happen in the Netflix like anime because like they don't translate the shit that pops up on the screen. Like they just translate what's being said directly, what's coming from a person's mouth. That's what they translate. So like when there's like a block of text, that's just fucking missing. Like, you know, like completely different from like manga to it's still a good show. It's nice, but like it misses like a lot of like the charm that really comes from like the manga, like, you know, the manga format of like how it was like actually supposed to be interpreted. And bro, God, like that fucking like point that you made about batches, like just cause like, bro, imagine like not being able, cause like you can only like talk about like everything like what like when it happens, because like, and then you got like get to like speculate, because like, yeah, we can talk about it from episode to episode, but like, you know, I rather do that from week to week. That's why like I enjoy like when there's an anime that comes out that doesn't have a manga adaptation, like, you know, it's like an original anime.
True.
That
So
means
people
like
can't,
that like
on
there
the
can't
features, there's no one with like seeing into the future, like, oh, bro, the thing that happens next is gonna be crazy.
Shut the
Yeah,
fuck
there's
up.
no smug
No,
like dickhead manga
It
creators.
ruins the hype.
I'm fucking Bro, can we just talk about like how much I fucking hate smug like fucking manga readers? Cause like when you're watching like a show week to week,
They'll
and like,
fuck
yo,
that
this
shit
is a
up for
crazy
you.
episode, and then they're in the comments like, just wait till you see what comes next. Suck my dick, nigga. Suck my
They be
dick.
like
Get the fuck out of
casually
here. Let me
dropping,
enjoy the
it's always
show.
like the
casually
most, like,
dropping
smug
fucking
people.
spoilers, bro.
It's always like the most smug people talking about something like, oh man, I really love the Galactic Spaceship War arc, and then like my man's like Aaron Snyder 24 over in the comments dicking and talking about some, bro, wait till you hear about the Keyboard Galaxy, bro. That shit is insane, bro. That'll change animation forever, bro. Who asked you? Like,
It's all, bro. It's always like,
section, like, man, Julia's my favorite character, and it's always like, yeah, I loved Julia too. I'm gonna miss her. What?
Or,
like, what do you
they just
mean?
post a smiley face.
it's like, come on, you cheeky bitch, bro. Fucking, oh, bro. Oh my god, I had a point and then I lost it for a second.
Also,
Continue,
Stefan, you
continue.
needed to talk about Gravity Falls.
I can't say anything that like, cause like Gravity Falls like actually exhibits like what I'm talking about. Like, it is a show that didn't have like any adaptation before it. It was an original property, so like it's airing week to week. So we're experiencing this, and like this is when Google Plus was still around. So there was like actively a Gravity Falls
I
community.
didn't even know that.
That like I was able to be in. Like, yeah. So like fucking I was able to like watch it week to week, and like people are like being like, yo, did you see Grunkle Stan has these books? Oh my god, Grunkle Stan has the books? Oh my god, is that Grunkle Stan's? And then like, you know, we fucking just like get this shit, just like no spoilies for like Gravity Falls. Like fucking actively I get to just watch it with the communities. Like the comments on like the fucking on like Kiss Cartoon, which I don't use because pirating's bad. But like, so I hear the comments on Kiss Cartoon is like the community, you know, like each week like people like just like get around and like watch it, because I be in the YouTube section because like, you know, pirating anime is bad and all, or I mean cartoons is bad. But like I love that. I just love the community that like these shows can like garner. And like I think like it's specifically like something that I enjoy from cartoons and like animation communities a lot more. Cause like, yeah, sure, like a show can be good. Like, you know, fucking I really enjoy like, you know, watching episode to episode of The Boys. You know, everybody like talks about what's going on in The Boys episode to episode. But like fucking there's something about animation, because like, you know, animation can do a lot more because like it's animation. They don't have to like, you know, pay billions of dollars for set designs.
True.
You know?
You could have the crab people run around and not worry about buying crab people suits.
Yeah. He was like, what do you mean there's no crab suits for sale? What the fuck?
Invincible.
Invincible is so fucking good, bro. And like, oh god, the art of animation is so good. Oh wait, hold on, changing my answer to Invincible right now.
Let's go.
Fucking Invincible probably is like because all right, Invincible got like, if you're lucky, Invincible got you the same way that it got everybody. Because like my other friend Dante, Afro Dante, shout out to him. This nigga like just put on Invincible. Was like, yo, have you seen Invincible? Because like he was at my crib one night because we was like recording or we were about to do something. But like he's like, have you watched Invincible? And I was like, nah, what is it? And he's like, yo, let me put this shit on. He like, because this nigga just does things, and like, you know, he like barely asks questions. He just does it. So this nigga puts on Invincible, right? And like, it looks like standard affair, like DC animation, you know, like, or like cartoon. A DC animated movie, like. And then like I don't know why I was thinking, huh?
Looks like Young Justice.
Yeah, it looks like Young Justice. And like, bro, I don't know why, but I was being really fucking cynical at the beginning, because like I saw that Batman nigga.
Oh, Darkwing.
And I was like,
Yeah.
they just, I saw that Batman like nigga, and I was like, they just ripping off Batman, these bitch ass niggas, bro. This shit corny as hell.
That was not Batman, bro. That shit would have happened to Batman, bro. Batman would not go off of it.
That nigga clearly supposed to be Batman, bro.
But Batman better, bro. Batman would not fall for what he fell for.
Young boy better. But like, bro, like I'm watching the show and I'm just like, this is a good show. Like, there's some good moments in it. You know, it's like it's fire. You know, it's fire.
Does that make you feel strong?
Huh? Does it make you feel strong? There's so many fucking good moments, and I was like, I'll continue watching this. Like, you know, it's like I might forget to watch it sometimes, you know, because like it's not that good. And then that post credit, because like everybody's getting called, and I was like, oh, there's about to be a big like, you know, story, and then like they just stand in there and it's like, yo, who called us? Swish, Omni-Man, and I was just like, okay, all right. This crazy, all right. Like, what's going on here? Maybe he be in control, and then like they fighting.
Insane,
bro.
You were there.
Hold on, wait.
Stefan, you were there when I first watched it.
I showed y'all niggas. I had to put y'all on.
No, Makai told me about it. He was over my house before he went over your house.
Yeah.
And Makai was like, Dante, have you seen Invincible?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? That sounds nutty as shit, bro. I was like, what is
Makai,
that, bro?
what is that? Wait, Makai, you were surprised too when I showed you the episode, weren't you?
Dante about the show.
Makai told me about the show.
Yeah.
What?
This nigga said, if Vegeta was Goku's son. And I was like, what?
No. It was if...
What?
Like,
Goku was Vegeta's son. I think it's like, if Gohan was Vegeta's son.
Yeah.
That's what he said to me.
Yeah.
And that's all he said to me. And I was like, what? He's like, if Gohan was Vegeta's son. And then he refused to elaborate. And
I did not know
that. What are you talking about?
Makai, I did not know that you like watched it like before I showed it to you, because I remember like Dante being surprised. I thought I saw you being surprised
I'm a
too.
method actor, bro. What can I say?
But bro, like that fucking ending scene, like you see him like here's the moment like where I realized, oh shit, what the fuck am I watching? Like, okay, spoilers for Invincible. If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
It's just been up for like 2 years.
It's been a year, but you know, it's never too late to like go check it out. Go check it out before you come back and listen, give us a view, like, comment, subscribe. But like, so like fucking he's fighting this nigga, right? He's like the Red Flash, the first nigga to Red Flash? Yeah, whatever.
Red Rush
is like the first nigga to get a hold of him.
Russian.
Yeah.
I wish they called him the
Red
Russian. You should have called him the Russian. That would have been so funny.
The Russian is the first nigga to grab him. And like, he grabs his head, and I was like, okay. And he's punching him, right? And like, he getting his chest bruised, and I'm like, all right. And it didn't click until like I was like, hey, yo, you squeezing his head a little too hard, man. You squeezing his head a little too. And then his eyeball's like, hey, yo, bro. And he squishes this nigga head. I'm like, what the fuck? Cause like, they masterfully, in that show, the whole first episode, they did not show a speck of blood that whole episode until the ending, which is, I believe, masterful if you don't want to show the intentions that like this show is about to get crazy.
To be show, you know, like the perfect subversion of expectations.
I'm not gonna lie.
After the first episode ended, I needed some time to recover. Y'all did not give me enough. But Stefan put on like cat videos. That shit was making me feel worse.
You're like, no, especially like when the green girl got her head smashed. Oh, you were like, no.
I got mad because like
right through her. I was like, what the fuck?
That was the cutest. Like, she was a cute black girl. I was like, not the black girl.
Like when I first saw it, I thought she was gonna live until like she caught his body, and I was like, oh nah, sis, no.
She was like, no.
She said,
no.
She said, oh no.
That's what she said. She said, oh no, and then she barely got a fighting chance that one. She like everybody else at least got a swing.
I'm not gonna lie. She probably could have killed him.
She could have killed the Omni-Man. Yeah. She could have beat Omni-Man if she wasn't so shocked, bro. She could have just reached in his chest cavity, ripped that shit out.
Superheroes need to see more violence.
I thought they were about to like. I thought they were about to beat him because they had a fight back nigga moment, like where they got this nigga on the rope.
They were like, you Martian bastard! Manhunter, the immortal guy, and fake Wonder Woman were jumping him, bro.
It's like, fight back, nigga.
Honestly,
fight back. And he kills the nigga.
If Red Rush stayed on defense, they could have won, to be honest with you. That nigga bit off more than
Red Rush kept moving everybody. He was fast. The Russian. That shit was so like unusual too, because like they had like the Russian was talking to his wife. They were talking about getting married and shit. It was like, oh, I got another call. I gotta go hang out with Omni Man, and like this is before everything went dark, and then like, yo. And then the show just continued to get more and more gruesome from there.
Bro, Battle Beast.
Like, me and Makai watched the whole show in one night. We didn't say anything.
Yeah, like we were just like, damn. And then next episode,
y'all got to the last episodes before I did, so y'all saw how crazy the fucking train scene was. Y'all got to the meme scene before.
I think it was like what Dante. It was like like 4 or 5 in the morning when we finally finished.
Yeah, I was just like,
we stayed up all night. I was just
man,
like, God,
fuck,
damn.
Bro. Those shows, I love shows like Gravity Falls or like Invincible because they're a dime a dozen, right? Because like you can only like experience that type of like shit, like the camaraderie of watching that type of shit once. Like you can watch it again and be like, man, this is so good. This is still so good. But like the surprise you get from like moments of like, you know, where like this nigga is like holding Mark as he's like Mark is kind of just killing all these people in this train against his will because they're like crashing into his body and they can't stop. Like you can only get that fucking feeling once. Like that, like when will you have in 500 years? I'll have you, Dad. You can only get teary-eyed to that, like really teary-eyed probably once. But if like you're a real bitch like me, probably every time you watch it.
I should rewatch it because it's like, so good.
I've been rewatching it, bro. Like I'm ready for it, like, cause like my nigga Jaden, shout out JC, shout out Corin. This nigga like he after like he's the type of nigga like, hey yo bro, I just saw this good ass show. If it has a book, I'm reading it. He not waiting for the second season. He probably gonna watch it, but like he's like, I want that shit now. I want it and I want it now. And like he read ahead and like there's some shit that happens in that fucking book. Like there's something that I couldn't believe. Like cause like I didn't mean to, like he didn't mean to spoil it, but like I kind of like got spoiled it for it myself and like fuck nigga. Fuck. I don't know if anybody else here read it, but like, you know, I don't even know if you know what moment I'm talking about.
Nah, I did not read it.
I have no idea.
All right, then I'm not saying shit.
What's that second season dropping, bro? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. So like, yeah, fucking that's my pick. I don't know. Fuck, that took too long. I'm sorry.
All right.
How's every?
I guess it's my turn now.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't go?
Yeah, he said he was gonna double back after everyone was finished.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, brother.
It's okay. All right. Since I'm the anime man, I'm gonna keep the cartoon side of things short. We're gonna go with a personal favorite to me growing up. I'm gonna pick one. If I had to pick one from each of the three, I would say Disney would be Gravity Falls, Nickelodeon would be Invader Zim, and then Cartoon Network would be The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh yeah,
I think that really shaped me a lot growing up. Like that and Zim both have aspects of, I love that they're so openly like creepy and spooky themed. Like
Zim was goated.
Have like just like gross monsters or like just weird sci-fi stuff, just things that like, you know, they did like if it wasn't like dumbed down or made like childish and non-threatening. Like it was like made to look weird and creepy, but at the same time it was like openly accepting and happy of that and everything like that. And like it was like, I love things like that. I love when things are like openly like creepy looking,
Courage.
But it's not seen as like a bad thing. That's why I like, you know, like Nightmare Before Christmas. I like all the like Halloween Town stuff because I like that it's just like celebrating just like the macabre, but not in a way where it's like scary or threatening. Like it's celebrating the fun side of it, and like it's fine that it looks like disturbing and things like that. That's just part of its charm and nature. And I like that aspect of Zim and Billy and Mandy a lot.
Y'all ever play that like that old Cartoon Network Billy and Mandy game where you're playing as Mandy and like Billy, and Billy's like throwing toilet paper and y'all are like
I
toilet paper,
played that game so many
pumpkins?
times.
Yeah, y'all throwing at little pumpkins and shit, and they're exploding.
The
or the
scythe
one where like
is the best
nose is a
weapon in that
magnet,
game.
and you're getting through the alien shit.
I own the actual like console game, which is basically Power Stone.
Oh,
It's just Power Stone with Billy and Mandy characters. You have to collect like the mojo balls or whatever that charges your super meter. And you have like a level 1 super that can kill one person, but if you charge it up to level 2, it's like a super that kills everyone. That game was fun as fuck, and I could play it right now if I wanted. I played Dracula. That was who I played. I played Dracula, Jack.
Oh yeah, Black Dracula.
And then
Blackula?
Hostelgado. I also, speaking of like Hostelgado, I really liked Underfist. If anyone remembers Underfist,
nope.
which was like it was the movie, whereas the team made up of Irwin, General Scar, Hostelgado, and Fred Fredburger.
Oh yeah, these niggas.
And it was like these evil candy or some shit on Halloween trying to take over the world, and they had to like stop it. And then
wasn't this like a backdoor pilot type shit?
Yeah, it was. Irwin, like, since his grandma is his mom is a mummy, and his grandpa's Dracula. He has like vampire mummy abilities or whatever. He gets like a shonen power up in that movie where he like taps into his abilities. But yeah, I loved
fucking Underfist. Underfist is a cool name too. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Gintama.
What?
Gintama? Yo, why you spoil it?
You already know, but I was
Nigga gave the game away.
I was going
Spoiler
to spoiler alert for what my favorite anime is. My favorite piece of media of all time, actually. It used to be JoJo.
Now it's Stranger Things.
No.
Yeah, Geichiro loves Stranger Things. 11 is his favorite character.
I'm its biggest fan. Anyways.
Yeah, Gintama from Gintama is a really great character. I really enjoy it.
I've never heard that one before.
My favorite character in Gintama is Gintama.
Yep, I've never heard that one before.
Oh no, Gintama.
Elaborate on it.
My favorite character in Gintama is Gintama.
Gintama-san, how are we gonna escape the situation?
Alright, leave this nigga alone.
I'll use my Gin ability.
Gage, why is it called Gintama?
It translates to
balls.
silver soul, but it's also slang for testicles. It's a double entendre.
Silver
Which specifically, they make a joke that like he's glad that his name isn't Kintoki, because then the show would be called Kintama, and that's directly translates to testicles. Which, by the way, let me tell you, there's an arc of the show called Kintama. And for like the whole time that arc was airing live on Japanese television, they were literally airing a show to millions of people that was titled Testicles.
That sounds hilarious.
Balls.
It is hilarious.
I like how like
Coming up
Gintama
next,
has a
balls.
weapon called the Neo Armstrong Cyclone Jet Armstrong Cannon, and it looks just like
It's
a
just
dick and
a dick.
balls.
Yeah. And every character who sees it references its name in full and then follows up with saying it's got a very high quality finish.
It's like, oh no, it's the Neo Armstrong Cyclone Jet Armstrong Cannon as a very high quality finish. Like,
it's great.
When you were showing me like Gintama, like I was so fucking into it. Like it's such a good show.
I recommend trying to watch it because boy howdy.
I'm going to.
Like
Like
I
I just
said-
like I put it on the back burner because like I was watching so many.
My
fucking
favorite
things.
piece of media used to be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but I got into Gintama a couple years back, and it quickly became my favorite thing ever. To sum it up, it is the Edo period, when suddenly aliens invade and try to take over Japan. Japan's samurai try to fight back, but to no avail when the shogun surrenders, which causes the aliens to do a puppet takeover of Japan, advancing technology by a couple hundred years, placing a ban on carrying swords in public, and allowing the other alien species to freely visit the country. Now, we visit former hero of the war, Gintoki Sakata, who works as an odd jobs freelancer running his business Yorozia Ginshan. He ends up adopting into his found family his employees Shinpachi and Kagura. Shinpachi being a samurai in training from his father, trying to reestablish and save his late father's dojo. And then they eventually meet Kagura, who is a Yato, which is a species of alien that are essentially a parody of Saiyans. But in making a parody of Saiyans, Sorachi managed to write characters way better than any Saiyan in Dragon Ball, and I say that very confidently. That no Saiyan, in terms of writing, complexity, character depth,
this is a call
entertainment, jokes, being
Even
serious,
Broly?
none of them hold a single candle to
Even
Kagura.
original Broly, bro? Z Broly?
Bruh, shut up.
He's better than Z Broly? I don't believe you. Bro, Goku was crying.
You're literally talking like the guy who made Broly, where the guy who made Broly's like, yeah, my Broly could beat Beerus.
I just imagine Dante as like fucking that black nigga in the car who's talking about like Chief Keef. He's like, yo, everybody's saying like Broly ain't this, Broly ain't that. Shut the fuck up. You know Broly got hitters.
But yeah, basically the three will accept any job as long as they get paid, and they need money because they're broke. And they do all kinds of stuff that gets them in all kinds of shenanigans and trouble with the government, like the Shinsengumi, which are like the police force that have like one of the sickest uniforms in anything ever. Even up to disturbing the level of the Shogun. They do all kinds of stuff that gets them into trouble. It starts out very comedic and gag focused. It's one of the funniest, I'd say it's the funniest thing I've ever watched. I've like laughed till I cried multiple times watching the show.
What about everybody? Is Sunny in Philadelphia?
I thought you were going to say, what about Everybody Loves Raymond?
I should have. That would just been so fucking out of nowhere.
Anyway,
what about Everybody Hates Chris, bro?
It's incredibly hilarious. It takes a bit to build up because it has a pretty large cast that it needs to introduce. You get to meet members of the Shinsengumi. You get to see some of Gintoki's past comrades from the war and the relationships he has with them in the present. All of the things like that slowly get built up over the series with like incredibly rich backstories, and everything's just incredibly well done in every regard. And as whenever it shows like its serious side, it gets really serious and things get real. Whenever
that's the most thing I'm interested about.
Yeah, like it's the funniest thing I've ever watched. But seeing the characters through all these like crazy shenanigans and stupid bullshit that they get up to, it makes you really care about the characters because you've seen them through all these like mundane or crazy situations that when things get serious and the stakes get high and people's lives are on the line, it makes you genuinely care about what happens and like care for the safety of the characters because you've seen them through all the fun, happy stuff that when it gets serious, it gets serious. People die, the status quo gets changed permanently a couple times. Like, there's big things that happen when it gets serious. And when it gets serious, the writing is incredible. Sorachi, if he's writing comedy, if he's writing something serious, he is firing on all cylinders constantly. Gintama has the best main character I've seen in anything ever. By far and away, I will always argue that Kagura is the best heroine out of any anime ever. Because not only is she strong, she's always involved in fights. She kicks ass. She's part of the gags. She's not above being like gross or comedic. She's part of the joke. She's hilarious. Like, there's so many good things about her character that no other like anime heroines do. It's got my favorite protagonist.
She's fully clothed.
Exactly. That's a good part of it too.
Hey,
She's
Gage, I have
not
a
sexualized. Go ahead.
I have a question. Okay, so I remember seeing this meme, right? Like, it was like an image, and I know it was an image cap from Gintama, and I'm trying to remember what the joke was. So I remember they were in a car, or in a truck. They were in like a truck, right?
This nigga gonna know immediately off rip.
Yeah.
Do you know the joke off rip?
He does. He does.
Keep describing it a little bit more.
They were in a truck, and I think they were about to run someone over.
Oh, that one. Oh, that one. Yeah, I know what you're talking
That
about.
happens a lot.
What do you mean that happens a lot? They almost run someone over in a truck a lot.
Well, also they just actually run people over a lot too.
I think it was like a girl on the road, and He was like, "Oh no,
that's
it's
literally
this girl."
how Kagura is introduced, because Gintoki and Shinpachi run her over and they think they killed her.
I think they were in a truck and they were like, "Oh no, look out! It's this character," and then like, the person started speeding up or something like that.
Oh, okay. No, I think you might be thinking of there's an arc where a bunch of the characters, like, they get abducted. These aliens, by the way, are literally trying to fix their PSP so they can play Monster Hunter. So they surgically replace people's body parts and turn them into screwdrivers to try to, like, get a proper size screwdriver to open the back of their PSP.
They're so fucking stupid.
And, like, it begins with Shinpachi realizing his index finger is a screwdriver, and then he turns to Kagura, and Kagura's entire body is replaced with a screwdriver. So she literally looks like she's in, like, a sports mascot uniform.
Yeah, I gotta watch.
And then
this shit.
At first, Gintoki does not give a fuck. He's like, well, too bad for you guys, but I don't really care. And then he goes to the bathroom. And then he walks back out. And then he's like, hey, is it okay if I kill these guys? And then Shinpachi's like, why is he so pissed? And then he realizes Gintoki's dick got replaced with a screwdriver. And it has one of the most iconic quotes, which is when they finally storm the spaceship. It's just Gintoki saying, land this ship, give me back my dick. And then it cuts to commercial break. but during that arc, the characters, like, are all, they've all, like, pretend, like, it's part of a gag where it seems like they've all moved on, like they all gave up. It's like, well, I guess we have to live being screwdrivers forever. And Gintoki becomes, like, a semi-truck driver.
A screwdriver.
And then Shinpachi's just riding with him one day, and they see Sachan, who's a character who, like, one of her big things is that she's, like, constantly, like, wanting to fuck Gintoki, and he does not care. He does not like her at all because of how, like, clingy and obsessive she is. And she's out in the middle of the road, and he, like, speeds up and runs her over. And then Shinpachi's like, that was someone we knew. And then Gintoki says, I don't care, I'm working.
That man
this
listens to
Marvel
Future.
shit. Well, that just happened.
What was her name?
Sachan. She's got, like, purple hair.
She's a ninja.
Yeah, she's a ninja. But
Like
yeah.
Naruto.
I wanted to mention that, like, I mentioned, like, It's Always Sunny earlier, but, like, I think, like, Gintama has a character that's similar to, like, Cricket.
Oh,
like,
I was literally
it's
talking.
Hasegawa?
I was talking about this on Twitter, like, earlier this week with someone. Where
Hasegawa
yeah,
Tazo, right?
Yeah, Madao. He's great. He literally starts out with this, like, really, like, high-paying, like, government official job, and then the Eurazia get him fired. They make him split up with his wife. So he loses his job, he loses his wife, he becomes homeless and destitute. Any job he tries to pick up, he either quits or gets fired from, mostly because of the Eurazia interfering and screwing him over in some way. He literally gets to the point where, like, one of the gags with him is that his, like, main diet is dog food. He just eats dog food. And he tries to kill himself, like, multiple times, and every time he tries, he can't.
Bro, what?
Because he gets, like, stopped in some way. There's, like, one...
Nigga on his Squidward shit.
There's one episode literally cuts to, like, the characters, like, looking over. They, like, look over and see him at a tree with a noose, and he's trying to kick the chair over, and they stop him. And, like, he's, like, freaking the fuck out. And then there's an arc where the characters, like, the Eurazia, like, get this clock thing that stops time for everyone except for them. And throughout, like, they keep, like, reversing time to try to get it to resume again, and everything that they do involves more people getting killed. And multiple times Hasegawa is getting killed in these, like, time stops, and it constantly gets undone. There's one point where it literally cuts to them on Namek, and it cuts to him being killed by, like, Piccolo's special beam cannon. And they're like, how the fuck did he get here?
Bro. Okay, alright, hold on. I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so, out of all the serious arcs, because, like, this is, like, what I'm most interested in. Like, out of all the serious arcs in in Gintama, what would you say is your favorite one?
Well, that's a very impossible question.
Or, like, which one affected you the most emotionally?
Okay.
If that narrows it down.
The best way to put it is that the last in Gintama, these are widely considered to be like the best arcs in manga history. The last 4 arcs of Gintama were all back to back in a row, and are widely considered to be some of the best arcs in Gintama history. Like one after the other, literally no breaks. Just everything is changing and everything's going down. The big 4 of Gintama is Shogun Assassination Arc, Farewell Shinsengumi, Battle on Rakuyo, and then the final arc is called Silver Soul. And
of course, that's beautiful.
Those 4 arcs back to back.
Was it called Gintama or just actually Silver Soul?
It was called Silver Soul.
Yeah, without the double entendre?
Yeah, it was just called Silver Soul.
Oh, nice. That's great.
These 4 arcs back to back are some of the best writing I've seen in anything ever. Like, they still manage to have a couple jokes here and there that don't retract at all from what's going on. And normally it's meant to be some kind of like lighthearted reprieve as things are going down, because things go down in those arcs. Like, there's a lot of characters that die. There's a lot of developments that happen. The status quo changes. You get to learn more. Like, you get like a much clearer view of the backstory of like the Gintoki and his comrades in the war. And it's just all like, it's woven together in such a way that like when I was watching it, I couldn't stop watching it. I like had to keep watching it. And as I was watching it, I cried like so many times watching the last 4 arcs of Gintama. And they're like, what makes the anime so good is that the voice cast is so fucking stacked. Like, it's probably like my favorite voice cast in anything ever. Like, the Japanese voice actors for Gintama are like masterclass. Like, Tomokazu Sugita, because of Gintama, I already loved him as Joseph Joestar, like young Joseph Joestar. But, like, I can only hear him as Gintoki now, and that role, like, he became my favorite voice actor. Takehito Koyasu, first I knew him as Dio, and Dio's such an iconic role, but now I can only hear him as Takasugi. Like, it's things like that. Like, there's so many good voice actors in the show, where, like, there's a point where Kagura is, like, they're fighting the big bad, like, the final antagonist. And, like, she's doing this, like, punch rush, and her voice actress screams so loud for so long, you hear her voice literally, like, crackling out. And it's so, like, emotional. The way, like, it shows that she's putting, like, literally everything she has into trying to stop this character. And, like, it's so, like, the voice acting alone, like, when I was watching that scene, I was like, oh my god. And then the scream happened, and the voice acting alone, I just started bawling. Like, it's incredibly well done. It's insane how strong the characters and their bonds are throughout the show, where the final arc has elements from, like, the first 30 episodes. Like, there are things that happen in, like, episode, like, 17, episode 5, like, episode 33, that get called back to in the final arc of the show. Like, things that were established incredibly early on get brought back as, like, very large plot points that make perfect sense and were, like, built up for so long. And it's
Attack on Titan creator got some fucking competition.
It's insane. Like, the stuff that the show does is absolutely insane. Like, the soundtrack is fantastic, the voice acting's fantastic, the animation's fantastic. I love the openings and endings. Every single little thing about the show is just so well done to me that, like, it just immediately became my favorite piece of media. And, like, I can't recommend it enough. I can't talk about it enough. I don't get to talk about it enough because not a lot of people are into the show, and I don't get to really, like, speak my mind on it, which is why I'm trying to get as many friends as I can into the show so they can see, like, how amazing it is. I've gotten Makai a decent amount of the, like, I've got Makai a decent way through the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, like,
you got the screwdriver dick arc.
Not yet, no.
I think I left off with Makai at Red Spider arc, which is an incredibly good arc that's it really goes into depth about why Gintoki views, like, the relationship between a master and a student, like, why he views it so highly. And you get to see, like, an interesting dynamic between a character in that arc and their master, and why he views it as so wrong. And it's so satisfying. That episode, that arc literally has a fight where the entire fight transitions to being in black and white, and it's so fucking sick. Oh my god, it's so cool. Like, there, and this is the same, this arc, it's the 8th opening was used for this arc. Sorry. This same opening, the arc immediately after Red Spider is an arc where all the characters are aware of their ranking in a real life popularity poll. So the characters, some of them are dealing with depression because they only got, like, 15th place, like they were the 15th most popular character, and they want to be more popular. And, like, it gets to the point where one of the, like, the whole thing is, like, someone's going around and, like, completely embarrassing characters, like one of the characters, like, they get, like, stripped nude and embarrassed, and their popularity goes, like, all the way down. So they realize someone's going around fucking over characters who are higher up in popularity to, like, boost their own popularity to try to get to number 1. And one of the people on the popularity poll is the actual creator of Gintama. And one of the characters literally leaps at the screen to go kill the creator in real life to become more popular than them. And because of their actions of trying to kill the creator of Gintama, it causes the anime to fall apart. And then when it comes back together, it turns temporarily into Fist of the North Star.
Nigga,
and
there's too much.
And then it starts to fall apart again, and when it comes back again, it plays the opening again, but this time the opening is entirely drawn and animated in MS Paint. And keep in mind that
I love multimedia.
This aired live to millions of people on Japanese television. A show where the opening was drawn in shitty MS Paint. It was, like, really fucking ugly looking.
Bro, I hope I was, like, able to, like, sell, like, the shows that I like Kaji, like, as good as you sell, like, Gintama, like, every time.
Well, it's the autism, buddy.
You have to do my boy Gage like that.
It helps because I can't talk about it enough. It's so incredible in every single way.
Well, I think we should talk about it more next week, because I think we should start closing it out, because we have reached the 2-hour mark.
Yes, sir.
And I think that was a great discussion. I think, like, there's a lot more to talk about. Like, you know, I can't talk about animation enough. There's, like, so many things, like, in animation that, like, I want to talk about. Like, I really want to talk about Turning Red with y'all, and, like, you know, why that's so great, like, in terms of, like, just a movie. And, like, I think we can, like, get into that if you guys are down to talk about this stuff next week.
Yeah, I'll be sure to watch it this week.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's out. It's, like, out on digital, Plus. You know. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus, Pirate Bay, which we would never go to.
I have Disney Plus. I support Disney Plus. God, I love Disney. I love Disney.
Disney's my favorite company. Bow down. But Joseph, you good? All right. You think you want to talk about we should continue this next week? You want to? Yeah.
You good, bro?
No, it's alright. It'd be like that sometimes. But, like, with that being said, that was Outcasted for this week. Hey, you guys ready? You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
To close it out?
Sir.
If you have time,
I was just making sure. I was making sure before I close it out.
If you have time to fantasize about a beautiful end, then just live beautifully until your end.
True.
Is that a Gintama quote?
That's a Gintama quote.
Yes, of course.
This nigga. Okay, that was Outcasted. Guys, thank you for watching. Another beautiful episode. Sorry we've been gone so long, but we've been working on some beautiful content for you, some beautiful new series, and, you know, life is changing a lot for us, and we're getting used to it, and we're getting the rounds, but we will be continuing to deliver beautiful, amazing content to you, And we hope that you can tell your friends about us. Like, you know, get us some play. You know, hit us up. Give a boy some play. You know what I mean? But with that being said, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like. Please comment, subscribe, tell your friends about us. You know, ring the bell. Do all those calls to actions. I've been All Smiles.
Dante with 2 eyes.
Who's next? Me?
You, nigga. I guess that you want to talk.
All right, well, okay. I'm bio. I was bio. Yeah, the whole time I was bio.
You were bio.
Absolutely. Makai, you know.
I'm JoJo.
That sound like you're asking yourself a question. Makai.
Myself.
And I'm Gage. Watch Gintama. Bye.
Watch Kaji's Ultimate Survivor. See you next week. We love you. Bye.
Watch Outcasted.